let's have our experts introduce themselves. Expert number 1, please introduce yourself and let us know about you.
Hi y'all, my name is Zephyr Bardot. You may have heard of me because I am a world famous dance instructor. I have a list of trophies and awards longer than my dancing legs.
Well, thank you, Zephyr. Thank you very much for being here. Expert number 2, please introduce yourself and let us know about you.
Yes, well, you might have heard of me if you read the right kind of magazines. My name is Julia Farber, and I am an expert in color theory.
Color theory.
Color theory.
All right, Julia, thank you. And expert number 3, please introduce yourself and let us know about you.
My name is Rod. I am a translator of accents.
What accents? So
different accents, yes.
So you can.
I can translate different accents. So that's my shtick.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Thank you very much for being here, Rod. So now you've met our experts. It is time for your questions. Keep in mind, all of our experts will have a chance to answer your question, so do not tailor your questions to one specific expert. You, sir, right there.
What did my neighbor bury in his yard last night?
Okay. I'm sure our experts will be able to help you with that. So, Zephyr Bardot. What did his neighbor bury in his backyard last night?
Well, I can't say I know specifically because I have no idea who your neighbor is, but I have heard stories of lots of dancers that have blisters on their feet, and so they want to get rid of those shoes and they bury them in the ground because there's a rumor that a lot of leather products are also made with animal feces. So they just thought, I'll keep on doing this recycling thing and it'll all work out just fine in the end.
That is a persistent rumor that I've heard, Zephyr Bardot. Thank you. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Julia, what did his neighbor bury in his backyard?
Well, darling, now it's underground, so it's hard to say for sure. But if you look very closely at the soil and the different colors in the soil, you might be able to discern some irregularities that will lead you in the right direction.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you. It's good to remember. Rod, what did his neighbor bury in his backyard?
Arg! Booty! He buried the booty!
Fair enough.
Arr!
Arr. Arr. Arr indeed. Thank you, Rod. Okay. Do we have a question from the chat?
We do indeed. The chat would like to know when, and perhaps if it's relevant, why, will the aliens come back?
Oh, okay. All right. I'd like to know that too. So this time we will start with Julia. Julia, why and perhaps when and perhaps why will the aliens come back?
Well, so the important point in this question, philosophically, is when and why did the aliens leave us in the first place? And I think you'll find, if you look very closely into alien anatomy, that their eyes can see colors that we can only dream of. And they have looked very closely, not into only what we wear, but in our auras. And they have discerned that the vibe was off. That's my professional opinion.
I don't know if I could have put it any better. Rod, when and why will the aliens come back?
I think they're going to come here for the booty. I think they see booty in the planet here, and they just go after it.
And you are still talking about pirate treasure when it comes to
No.
space
aliens? These
Okay, Rod, I think we can do the math, Rod. Thank you very much. And finally, Zephyr, why or when and why will the aliens come back?
Well, I had a nice dance class about 30 years ago,
Dance?
and it was all aliens. And they really were interested in learning the moonwalk dance. And they took it so seriously. They left right here from Greenville, North Carolina. That's where my original dance studio is.
Yeah.
And they went out to the moon. And then they quickly learned, we can't do the moonwalk on the moon. And it took them 30 years to fix their ship and come back home because they wanted more dance lessons. They realized the moonwalk is a fun dance on Earth, but then they heard about other dances. So they said, Zephyr, can we come back and have some dance lessons? And I said, anytime you guys want.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. We need another question. You.
Where are my missing socks?
Perfect. Thank you. This time we are going to start with Rod. Rod, the question is, where are her missing socks?
I think that they might be in the backyard of the other fella.
You think they were buried?
Yeah, they're buried booty.
Yeah. So the socks are the buried booty.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Zephyr, where are her missing socks?
Well, maybe about 6 months ago, I had a class of middle school dancers, and their shoes didn't fit right. And they were running into a lot of problems. Many of them had shoes that were too big, and they needed socks. And these are middle schoolers, so they didn't have any money of their own. So I don't mean to rat them out, but they might have found your socks and used them.
So her socks were stolen by middle schoolers for dancing.
I think, well, for dancing is what we really do most things for.
Okay, for sure.
I might think that.
Thank you.
Go to the local middle schools and see what the kids got on their feet.
Okay, sounds good. Julia, where are her missing socks?
I'll tell you a secret. Socks, not all socks, of course, are sentient. And if you launder one sock in the pair and not the other one, the colors fade on the one that you've laundered, but not on the other one. They sense this discrepancy in colors, and they run away in shame.
That is the most terrifying thing I've ever heard.
But you know, they say that the cure for shame is speaking things out loud, and so I'm so glad that we're all together and letting our socks free.
Thank you. All right, let's hear it for our experts.